Let's focus on another stock, NIIT. Well, that one's on our radar post the quarter 3 results, which look pretty good. Vijay Thadani, the Vice Chairman and MD of the company, joins in. Hi, Mr. Thadani. Thanks so much for joining in, sir. Well, first look, these numbers look pretty good. And you've also, mentioned that you're looking at a reorganization of the businesses, looking at separating them. But let's talk about the CLG business first. That's the corporate learning group business. I remember earlier you were guiding for around 20% odd growth. Then you increased that to the mid-30s. And the past quarter as well, you've done a mid-30s number. What's the outlook from here on? What kind of a growth number could we be looking at?
Yeah, so I think we had guided for a 30%, mid-30s growth for the year, and I think we are right there. And I think in the fourth quarter we would end the quarter with the year at mid-30s growth. I think we had also guided for margin to be in mid-20s, and I think that also we are well aligned. This quarter has been pretty good because we got a lot of new contracts. I think 4 new MTS customers we added, 3 expansions and 3 renewals, maintaining a 100% renewal record. And I think we are finishing the quarter with a visibility of $326 billion, which is a substantial increase over last quarter. So I think a strong contract base for us to build the next year.
Mr. Thadani, good afternoon. Thanks a lot for joining us. So how are your new verticals doing? Earlier, of course, you were an out-and-out IT education company. Now you've diversified a bit. There's been banking, a couple of other verticals. If you could give us some updates on that.
Yeah, thank you for asking. Skills and Careers Group, which is the one which services individual learners and corporate learners through some very specific relationships, has actually done exceedingly well this quarter. Of course, it was aided by the acquisition that we made at the beginning of the quarter of RPS Technologies. That has come in very, very useful. But I think both TPAS and StackRoot, which are the 2 main pillars of our growth of the skills and careers business in this part of the world, I think have performed exceedingly well. We have grown very substantially, and the numbers are with you. So 60% growth in the business without year-on-year, without the impact of the acquisition. But if you add the acquisition, more than that. So I think it has been a very, very good quarter for skills and careers also.
Mr. Thadani, on the corporate learning side, I'm looking at the presentation. It says that EBITDA, both the absolute and the margin, on a quarter-on-quarter basis has seen a bit of a dip. Could you talk to us about that and what is the outlook there?
Yeah. So as you know, the business is heavily dependent on, there is a bit of seasonality. That is definitely one area. The second is, as we make new contract additions, there is a transition cost which comes in. And third, looking at the positive outlook that we have made substantial investments in sales and marketing, as well as in opening new verticals for specifically the education vertical in United States. So those are built-up costs. But I think our overall trajectory for the year as well as for the coming years is absolutely on track and in fact slightly ahead.
Okay, and Mr. Thadani, I'm also looking at the corporate action. You're looking at your proposed reorganization. You're going to be listing 2 entities now. I'm guessing that you're thinking about unlocking value for your shareholders, and that could be the prime reason that you're doing this. But a quick question, is there any possibility that you're looking at bringing in an investor into any of these businesses? Is that a possibility?
I think NIIT has a very strong balance sheet and is a very, very dominant brand. And I think we are well equipped. The 2 businesses are at an inflection point. One has really gained strong mass and is in the top 5 in the world. The other has just finished digital transformation journey and is now poised for an acceleration in revenue and profit. And I think we will look at a few acquisitions as we go along in both these businesses. But other than that, I don't think we are at this point of time looking at any external investors.
We will leave it there today. Thanks a lot for joining us and all the best for your future. That's NIIT. I was an NIIT student once, long back, many years back, and run some good courses. Prakash Diwan is of course still with us. Prakash,